What's up, YouTube? It's Louis here. I hope you're all well. Hope you had a good weekend. Of course, for crypto, it wasn't, and it looks like we've now actually put in that lower low with the wick. So and currently we're below that low. So that's the low of the year. We should not go below that. So obviously, a very bad start of the year, whatever you want to call it, midway through the year now, when we're now making lower lows. So that's obviously technically bearish on the daily time frame. That's a continuation of the downtrend, which I gave you literally from all the way up here. We gave this M pattern, and this is when I had about 100, 200 subscribers. So not many people, but this dump over here is how we grew so fast from 100 to 200 subscribers all the way down to 1k. So this is how we got to 1k subscribers in this dump, because we basically called it. We were saying if this was not holding, you're going to come back to this low, but unfortunately I was not anticipating we lose this low, because by holding this low you were keeping this weekly uptrend. If we go to the weekly time frame, you can see that's that wick low, and when we closed below that low back in January, that is when the market sentiment shifted from weekly bullish to weekly bearish, a weekly downtrend. This means that for months and months and months, or potentially a year, we could be going down. And yeah, of course, since then, we're 5 months into the year now, and yeah, literally all we've done is go sideways and now down, and we're now making that lower low. This is the first time since 2014, so almost in 10 years, since we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red candles actually print in a row. Now, of course, this is the 7th, so this could be that liquidity grab that we're praying for, a candle like this where we have a big wick. So I'm expecting the dump to happen this week, a big dump. We'll get into more details about that, but we've known on the channel, we've been saying it over and over again, that this blue line, this middle point, is what is going to either send you to the top of this range or to the low of this range. You can see when we pump from down here, we got above the midpoint. You can see the resistance was here. We came back and tested it as support. This is what sent us to the top of the range, and when we came back down, we had the bounce from that blue box. It's just we put in that lower high, and then we eventually went lower than the blue box with that red candle. That is when I went 50-50 in crypto, because that for me was the confirmation this is not going to go up for a long time. So there's not even a point of investing, because there's not any time soon that the market is going to go up and continuously go up. You can see this ended up being a fake pump, and I warned everyone of this over on this pump back here in January, which we topped down in February. I told everyone that this is getting a bit too vertical. XRP was just going crazy. I said this market needs to dump. What happened? We dumped. I was expecting a lower low, but we put in that higher low. And so we put in a buy trade in the group chat. And if you took it on the YouTube videos, it was there too. So well done. Congratulations. And then when we broke this resistance, everyone's like, Louis, Bitcoin's bullish again. We're going to 56k up here. Are we not going to buy? And I was telling you guys, no, we're not going to buy. The sentiment is not good. Everyone on Twitter is super bullish, when in fact, the reason why everyone was bullish, because it broke the resistance of an ascending triangle, which was this resistance, 44.4k. Now, of course, breaking above that higher high, amazing, but no one seemed to factor in that it was still respecting the resistance of this head and shoulders neckline. And I was thinking that because we went up for 8 straight days here from this low, 8 straight days, and this isn't really a significant pullback. I think from the low, it was something in around almost 20 days. At 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, 15 days of up without a significant pullback. You see here, we had this amazing burst up, and then we had this very significant pullback where we formed a bullish pattern here. You started the pump. That for me is not pullback. Honestly, I want to see big, deep corrections like this, where they last a long time, not just 2 days of down and then continue up. So this is why we were saying, look at Twitter, gauge the sentiment, do the opposite. So while everyone's getting bullish, I was telling everyone, no, don't open buy trades. If anything, open sell trades. And I gave it in the chat and in the YouTube video on that day where we had the 2 shooting stars printed. I then placed this line saying that, of course, if we're not going to hold this low, we're going to head to this swing low. And if you're not holding this, we're finally going to meet the rising wedge target, because everyone's so focused on this ascending triangle. But because of the head and shoulders neckline, and we also had this ascending support for the ascending triangle like that. You can see with this line and the head and shoulders line, that was a rising wedge where price is in an uptrend, but if I keep extending these lines, they will eventually meet. So it's a wedge and it's a rising wedge. These tend to break out bearish, and the target is the bottom of the wedge. Usually it stops at the bodies, but you can see what were we saying? This support is much stronger than the support below. So I said to you guys, if we ever lose this support, we are going to lose this low, and that's exactly what happened, guys. So now let's move on to what is going on now. If you literally appreciate everything I've done since way up here, smash the subscribe button. We deserve way more than 2.3k. Let's get to 3k. We don't even deserve 3k, we deserve 10k plus. People need to hear about the channel, guys. I'm not biased. I will tell you how it is. I don't care if you're going to get sad. I will tell you how it is. All these other guys feeding you nonsense saying, buy the dip. I haven't bought the dip yet, guys. I haven't bought the dip yet. I'm still waiting. This, you can see, why was I not buying up here? Because I thought this was corrective. I thought this was a bearish pattern. When everyone's getting super excited, you need to just do the complete opposite. One thing I could suggest, go over to my Twitter, of course, follow my Twitter, but also look at my following. Look at the crypto pages that I follow them. And what I do is every day I'll go on Twitter. Obviously, if we're at resistance or at a support, I'll see, okay, is everyone bullish when we're at resistance? Not broken above it yet, but everyone's being bullish. Okay, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to start to be bearish. How many days have we been pumping without a pullback? This is what I tend to look at. It's all these little signs, the fear and greed index. So right now, I'm seeing people saying we're going to 4K. Right, there's so many idiots out here. I don't know if Bitcoin goes to 4K, crypto's finished forever. Okay, Bitcoin has never gone back to a previous all-time. This is the last all-time high. You're not allowed to go to it. You see this high when we topped out the next high? Where did we fall to? No, we did not fall to the last high. No, we didn't. You see this high over here? Now let's get the BLX chart so you can see clearly. You see this high over here? Well, we made a new all-time high and we had a bear market. Did that bear market hit the last all-time high? No, it did not. So did we topped out here? Did this bear market hit the last? No, it did not. We topped out here. Is it going to hit? No, it's not allowed. If it does, guys, Bitcoin's finished. Crypto's finished. This is what people need to realize. You're changing monthly structure. This is an uptrend that's just forever up because there will only be 20 million coins. Everyone's like, no, Louis, there's 21 million coins. No. There's not 21 million coins. 1 million of those coins is Satoshi's. He will never, ever, he, she, they, it will never sell those 1 million tokens. There's less than 20 million because how many cryptos are constantly lost? How many people die, haven't written a will, and that money is just in that account? You're not legally allowed to touch it, so that's just there, stuck forever. No one can access that. How many people 10 years ago bought Bitcoin, got thousands of coins, but didn't think it had a future, just forgot the private key, whatever, or threw away the USB with all, threw away the ledger with the crypto? How many people have done this? So much crypto is lost over the years, and there will only be less and less and less Bitcoin as the time goes on. So that's why it will forever go up, guys. They printed 40% of the dollar in the last 2 years, or whatever nonsense it is. It's absolutely ridiculous. And again, guys, Bitcoin can come down to this orange line at 25k, but at all costs, it's not allowed to touch 19. Let's actually check the high. It's not allowed to touch $19,764. If it touches $19,764, game over, guys. No point in being in crypto. This would flip this yearly uptrend that we're in, that's began since 2010 and has continued for over 10 years. If you change that now, then of course you're changing the yearly structure. That means we'll be going down for not just 1 year, not just 2 years. If you're in a yearly downtrend, it's going to last 5-10 years or straight down. So this is why when I see people saying we're going to 20k, we're going to 14k, we're going to 4k, I just laugh at them because they clearly, I don't care how long they've been in the market. If they've been in the market 5 years and they think it can it can technically go down to 4k, they have no idea. I don't care how long you've been in the market for. But if you think it can go down to 4k, there is literally something wrong in your head, guys. The market, it just can't go down there. It just can't. As the years go by, the bear markets get lower and lower at 93%, guys. So let's check this next one. 93%. Here we go. 85%. Why is that? Because as more money comes in, it's harder to topple. So each bear market should get less and less and less here. 84%. What's the COVID crash? 70%. What is it from here? And everyone's screaming, oh, it's a bear market, 50%. This is just a correction back down to the previous lows. And of course, as long as you're higher than this low, and technically it's not even this low, it's actually that candle. You're actually allowed to come to that candle. Look at the date at the bottom down here on this candle. January 1st, 2021. So this is not the bottom from last year. That is the bottom. When we first came into the year, we found support on the daily time frame with a massive liquidity grab right there. So that is the true support, guys. We can't lose that support. If you're losing that support, then we know on the monthly time frame would we be coming into that 55 monthly EMA, and that is your bear market bomb. This is what I'm telling you guys. If you think we're going to 20k or 19k, if you think we're going to 4k, you need to sort your brain out, okay? It's literally, it's structure. It's just, yeah, the rules of trading. If Bitcoin makes a lower low on the highest of time frames, it's effed forever. It won't come back. And this is why, once you understand that, you know that that will never, ever, ever happen. Perfect example. Everyone was saying Bitcoin's finished over here back last year. Everyone was saying this here is a head and shoulders pattern. Yeah, if you can see it here. I can't turn on the drawings because, yeah, there'll be too much on this chart. But here we had a shoulder, a head, and this shoulder. At that time, now it's different. I made a video back then. I think I only had 30 subscribers. Also, make sure to like the video, subscribe, comment, turn the notification bell on, follow the Twitter. If you're interested in the crypto packages, the video is at the end for the crypto packages. And yeah, we have one more space for the mentorship in the month of May. But yeah, going back to this head and shoulders pattern, I only had about 30 subscribers back then. And this was even before we started really coming down. I think as we lost this low over here, while we dumped over here, and it only lasted a few days, this dump, but obviously down here, we were here for about 2-3 months. But when we started forming this shoulder, everyone's saying this is a head and shoulders. And I knew it was not a head and shoulders because even though it looks exactly like one, you need to first validate the pattern. So even though there's a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder right here, you need to break the lowest point to validate this pattern. And where was our lowest point? Right there. Technically, with the neckline, you're using it where the shoulders landed. So it would be that low. And yeah, you can see you did not actually go lower than that low. You touched it and you bounced off it, formed a double bottom on the neckline of the head and shoulders. So if this had broken through over here, then we would have validated. However, I know for certain we never would have met that target. And the reason is at that time when I posted a video, when I measured from here to here and I placed it below the low, the target was minus $2,000. Now, if I did it today, it won't be the same because I don't know, because this is what happens as the time goes on. It just changes it. But I remember so clearly, guys, that when it was first happening, on the log scale, this line actually went to minus $2,000. The same thing happened with Beat Pro. I will make a Beat Pro update today. Yeah, the same thing happened with Beat Pro when we had this M pattern over here. Let me just show you. Oh, lovely. Beat Pro over here. Look, we met that target. I'll make a video on that soon. But when we had this M pattern, the target was like at minus whatever dollars. So I knew that the target would never play out. I was saying, it's so ridiculous. Look, if I show you now, it's not going to show you what I saw. But I have the video on YouTube, probably back in December time, November, December time. When I placed Beat Pro's M pattern like this line was literally like that. It was something crazy like this going into the minus. So that's how I know. If you ever see stuff like that on the log scale, just know that even though it's looking like the M pattern here, it did play out, but it's not going to meet this stupid target. So whenever you see that, you know, okay, it's not going to go down there. It's just going to go to the previous low and it needs to find support there. So that's why we're holding this. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Bitcoin today, guys. We know that, yeah, you're technically still safe, even though we're dumping now. We're making a lower low for the year. Technically, we haven't closed the daily candle, but already with the wicks, you're doing that. So we have to take it lower low already. But yeah, you're still safe until you lose this orange line, because if we zoom in here, that's that wick. And look, on the date, 4th of January 2021, as long as you're above this, you've got higher highs and higher lows on the monthly time frame. The only time frame that counts. So again, guys, if we are going to this stupid 4K, just know Bitcoin's finished for good, no coming back. And if you understand Bitcoin, you know that could never happen in a million years. So we know that over the long term, we're bullish, and we should not be going to 4K, 10K, whatever K you want. The lowest we should go on the monthly time frame over here is 24.7K. On the weekly time frame, it's 27K. So it's already telling you that even if we do lose this low, it's still going to technically be a higher low. And it was just some really irregular A, B with a higher high, and then C with a lower low. But yeah, just corrective phase of a bull market, guys. We know wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and with having that missing wave 5, it's going to be one of these targets. I probably will take significant profit here because that's around 100K in pounds. So I know that will be a brick wall. $100K and £100K will be massive brick walls, guys. Perfect. I hope you enjoyed today's update. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you're interested in the crypto packages. So guys, here are the crypto packages. If you think you have what it takes to stay disciplined and consistent over the next 3 to 6 months, then I'm more than happy to help you 10x your learning curve. So you can already be a complete beginner, or you can be advanced. It doesn't matter. I'm here to turn you into a self-sufficient trader that doesn't need anyone else's guidance by the end of it. I even had to pay over £10,000 to get all this information. That includes scams, scam signals where I lost 3K, scam master account management where I lost 5K, scam pyramid scheme companies for bad courses. Then I found my mentor and I had to pay over $2,000 for just a 2-hour mentorship lesson. What you guys are getting for £650 is access to the chat until the top of the market. So if the top of the market is a year away, do 1 year times 40. So you're definitely getting your money's worth. You also get the course included in the mentorship. And I will actually not just do a 2-hour lesson with you. I will stay here for a month period to make sure that you become a self-sufficient trader by the end of it. So if you're interested in this, head over to my Twitter, Louis_crypto, to the pinned post and message me there. Thank you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.